So let's talk about food. Lots of different food out there, and we've got lots of different subjects within the food. So first of all is let's look at our teeth. So a lot of people now are keeping their teeth right till the end of life, and it's very important that we are aware that people with dementia can still have pain. So make sure that we're cleaning the teeth, checking the teeth, make sure that we're asking them if they have any pain. They might not be able to tell you, so it's watching them eat, seeing how they're swallowing, things like that. Are they struggling to eat? Our face says it all. So when you're looking at a person and thinking, oh, they seem to be grimacing, then ask them at the time what the pain is, where is it? Please keep up with appointments, so making sure that we go to the dentist every 6 months, and there are NHS dementia dentists that will actually come out and see you. So go on to Google or Bing and have a look and see which ones are closer to you. That will then help you decide, and also they do actually come out. Quantities. I don't know whether you remember when I was little, I would be given a plate of food and I would be told I couldn't have ice cream unless I'd eaten it all, or I wasn't allowed down from the table until I'd eaten all my food. So with that in mind, think of this person. She's sat in a chair all day, she's not using a lot of energy, and you give her a great big plate of food. She has in her mind that she can't have anything sweet, which would be me, or she can't get finished down to the table. So she may start to hide food. So she'll be sat in a chair. I personally, can I just say this? Personally, a dining table, we all have dining tables in our houses, and it so surprises me that we have a tray sat on our laps while watching the television. For somebody that's elderly, they would have sat at a dinner table, and encouraging your loved one or your client to make sure that you go to the table and eat. Always sit opposite them as well, because sometimes within dementia we forget how to swallow or how to chew. So sitting opposite them and helping them to understand that this is how, oh, that lady's eating, or my son's eating, watch him. And then, especially with a gentleman, as you've got the Adam's apple. So as you swallow, the Adam's apple will move, and your loved one will, or your client will see that happening. So it's very important that we look at that as well. So let's go back to the lady with a tray on her lap. She's all of a sudden, she's eaten this dinner, and when you go to move her, it's all down the chairs, in the plants beside her, anywhere that she can put it. And she's hiding it because she thinks, if I don't eat all that, then I'll be in trouble. I think that's one of the hardest parts for me, is that an 80 or 90-year-old person thinks she's going to be in trouble, and they shouldn't have to think like that at their age. They have a right not to eat or not to drink. Also, can we also think about what their taste buds are now? Because during dementia you get a very sour palate, so it's very important when you're dealing with somebody. You may think, my mum's never had a sweet tooth, and now she's eating chocolate. What's happening? And that's what's happening. So we can help them with that. We can put a teaspoon of sugar into the potatoes or into the vegetables. This won't give them a very, very sweet taste, but it will take the sourness out of it. Don't be upset about what sort of food they're eating. At their age, they can eat what they like. But obviously we have to think of moderation, and we have to think about their health, especially if they're diabetics or they have some blood condition that is affecting their diet. So when you're helping somebody with their diet, ask lots of questions to the doctor as to what food is good for them, what is bad for them. I know most doctors will actually give you a sheet of what is good food and bad food. Also beware of what medication they're on, because medication can also affect their taste buds. So let's look at that. Making sure that we're aware of what meds they're on, what that impact has on their food. So let's think of a little plate instead of a great big one. Only a bit of food on there, you can always go back for more. So it's, you know, if they finish that and they look at you, you can say, would you like some more? Or you could take them, if you're in the dining room, you could have, like old-fashioned years ago, we used to have dishes of food on the table and people would help themselves. So you could ask them if they would like some more, or perhaps they can help themselves. If it's not there, they can't help themselves. If it's all on their plate, they may sit there and not eat, and then you'll have the scenario of them not eating. So think about smaller plates, smaller amounts of food, making sure that we can give them those. So the other thing about food is obviously taste and flavours. Sometimes that we will get a very strong flavour for something and they may not like it anymore, and parsnips are one of the biggest things that have a very poignant flavour. So when you're cooking food, anything that has a really strong flavour, so cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, they don't really have a really strong flavour, but you've got parsnips and carrots, any root vegetables that can be quite a strong flavour. So also make sure that you're dealing with flavours.